Hey, it's BT with the BT Valencia. Farewell to Vale review. Let's get right to it. I will get to the Vale tribute and did you cry and all that shit. But you know how we start. Start with Moto 3. Moto 3. Acosta and father figure Fagio went at it. And why? I don't know why, it was a big deal with Fagio and Acosta with the crash, and I know Acosta was kind of pissy, as well you should be. And I think he was my heartbreak of the race. I thought it was gonna be a great finish, but I don't think it was on purpose. That wasn't on purpose. But we got a little rivalry going. But still, Acosta can go, well, I'll be in Moto 2 next year. Tell me how it is down in Moto 3. I hear it's a lot of competition. Anyway, ride of the race, Moto 3. It has to go to Jamie Home Alone Masia. He started from 23rd on the grid to get to get a podium. Oh my God. But then again, no, it's Moto 3. I could have got a podium from the parking lot. That's how Moto 3. It's just, it's pazzi, crazy. But congrats to him, Jamie Masia for the podium. Like I said, he was right of the race in my opinion. Close was Dennis Anshu. Good to see him back. It really is. Props to him. And heartbreak goes to Pedro Acosta. But hey, he's going to be in Moto 2 next year. So, So Moto 2, and I said this, no disrespect at all to Remy, but to me, my eyes always went to Raul Fernandez. I don't know why. And even the cameras there's something about Raul. I remember that movie, What's Eating Raul? There's something about Raul. I don't know what it is. 8 victories on the year, but what did him in was his DNFs. And when he crashed in Mazzano, that did him in. And let me tell you that there's something about when he crashed. He has that look in his face. He didn't want to talk. He goes to his trailer. He's all business. He broke Marc Marquez's record. It's going to be interesting how he makes that step to Motogp. Sometimes I was watching him on the podium thinking, you know what? And Steve Day said this, and it's so correct. That might be the last time he wins again. You don't know. Sometimes when they go to GP, sometimes it just don't work out that way, man. A lot of people went up there with promise, and they never won again. So you don't know. But at 20 years old, going to GP, at 20 years old, 8 victories in his rookie season at Moto 2, the future, if he gets a good bike, Raul's going to be dangerous. Heartbreak. Ride of the race goes to Raul Fernandez, what he did. Heartbreak goes to Simone Corsi. Simone Corsi is the Romano Fenati of Moto 3. I mean, he is like, he's got to be, 2 years younger than me. I mean, of course, he's an old dude. And for him to get pole position and then having bike troubles after the red flag, that hurt. I don't know if he was taking a nap. That's what old people do in the afternoon. They take naps. I don't know if he was taking a nap and the bike wouldn't start, but he had bike troubles, and that hurt my heart because I love that team, and I really do. I love that team. I love MV Augusta, and I always pull for the older rider. You always do. Who doesn't pull for the older rider? Everybody, the hell with these punk kids. They're gonna get their victory, but when you're older and you do something, it's like when you're a dad and you're really trying and you beat your son. Right? Say you're in your 50s or 60s and you beat your son, say in basketball or something physical, and you beat him, anything other than checkers, it's a physical game, and you beat him, right? You go, yeah, take that, youngster. And your son's like, how the hell did this old motherfucker beat me? And that's how I felt like Simone Corsi. I feel for him. He's a heartbreak. MotoGP, rider of the race, MotoGP goes to the beast. Bastianini, what he does from the back row and how he comes to the pack. He comes to the pack, seriously, like a hot knife through butter. The kid is butter. He really is. And I was hoping he wasn't going to rough Vale up, and he didn't. He got in front of Vale, and he finished 9th. But great race by the beast. I mean, that dude, if he gets a bike that's at least a year old, other than a 2-year-old bike he gets, he's going to be there. But then again, Ducati's running this thing now. Ducati runs MotoGP now. It's the bike to be on. Remember, it was Yamaha. Now it's Ducati. I mean, they run the game. They're going to have an electric bike. That's going to be interesting. See how they're going to be in Moto E. Ducati's in Moto E. Who saw that shit coming? So it's going to be incredible. So I hope Bastianini gets a bike that's a 2022 bike. I doubt it. If he even gets a 2021 bike, he's going to be dangerous. But the whole Ducati crew is. Heartbreak goes to Alex Rins. Rins they might not re-sign him with the talent coming up. Can you imagine Raul Fernandez on a Suzuki? Ooh, so I don't know. Rins has really got to produce next year, and that's nothing against Rins. That's just how it goes. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles. Anyway, enough of that. Let's talk the man, Vale. I'm going to ask you guys, did you cry? Put it in the comments. Did you cry? Did you not? Because you know what? Nowadays, the way the world is now, if you did cry, who gives a shit, man? That's how it is. As long as it's an athlete, you can say you cried and they go, yeah, I did too. I'm not going to lie. I kind of... a little bit. I kind of feel like right way now going, but you know what kept me from just breaking down boo-hooing is that Vale didn't. He enjoyed the moment. If you watched it, he enjoyed the moment. And he was drinking that champagne, that big ass bottle of champagne, and his crew was carrying him on his shoulders. Even his woman was crying. But Vale enjoyed the moment. And I think that, but I don't know, I think after it was all said and done, I wonder if it was all said and done with, and he's taking his leathers off and everybody's away from him, and he's getting undressed. I wonder, did he shed a tear? That's what I want. But Luca Marini said it best. He goes, Vale still did his debrief. He still did his debrief. Why? He didn't have to. He's leaving. But he looked at he was looking at his the stats going, you know, the analytics. He's going, like he said he didn't want to leave. Marini said, I don't think Vale wants to leave, which is Edapazzi. Edapazzi is crazy. But we all know what Vale brought to the game. And here's what's interesting about this, okay? Motogp is where it's at, and it's not even a stretch, is that because of him. Vale won in his heyday. He won and he bought panache. You can't duplicate what he's done as far as off the bike, his celebrations. I mean, remember in Jerez when he gets off the bike, goes to the bathroom. Remember that the afro on the stand. You know, luckily it wasn't blackface, but he had the afro on the podium and putting Juvenile into the sand trap and act like he wasn't there when Juvenile was giving him the stink eye. I mean, you can't reduplicate that. How funny he was doing press conferences. How he always posed with people and was nice to people. You know, and I don't care what anybody says, that 10th championship that eluded him from 2006 and especially 2015, that's eating him up, and you could tell because he always goes, They go, Vale, do you got any regrets? And he goes, and then you could tell it eats him up. But regardless, MotoGP is better than it's ever been. It is better, competition-wise, it's better than it's ever been from top to bottom. There's people aren't scoring points who are like world champions. I mean, that's how great GP is. It has everything, but it doesn't have... Now, the onus is on Marquez. And you know what? In a way, I'm kind of glad Marquez wasn't in Valencia. Only because, remember at the very end, all the riders came and Vale gave him hugs. Like, if Marquez was there, would Vale have shunned him? And... or would Marquez even stopped and just kept on going? If that would happen, they would have booed him. I mean, so I'm kind of glad he wasn't there. But I hope Mark is well. I hope Mark is well. I love Mark. I hope he's well. I hope he gets well. I hope his shoulder gets well. I hope his double vision. I hope he comes back from his vision. I hope he comes back 100% Marquez, because Marquez is a stone cold killer. I mean, as much as Vale was, Marquez is Vale 2.0 in the sense of, yeah, he might not have the celebrations that Vale had and just that Vale had, but Marquez was there also as far as he's great with the fans. He loves his fans, loves the little kids. And on the track, he's a stone cold killer. He ain't worried about putting you in a sand trap. I remember when I asked Pecco, would he if push come to shove, would he make that hard pass against Fabio? And he goes, no, I wouldn't, because I'm too many points down, blah, blah. And I get that. But Marquez, you didn't got to ask Marquez that, because that's what Marquez does. Even Lorenzo said, for Marquez to be an 8-time world champion and to ride as hard as he still does and make the passes like he still does, damn. So with GP being elevated, and they're going to have a series just like F1 is, but it's going to be on Amazon for next year. It's going to be a documentary series on Amazon next year, so look for it. They're still going to lack Vale. What Vale brought to the game, they're going to lack it. And we're going to see who are the real GP fans out there. Who the guys are like, the Vale, were they Vale fans or were they MotoGP fans? And so we're going to see if that happens. And I hope GP is elevated, because to me, what makes me so mad is how F1 still gets the credit, and they know that MotoGP is the better show. So it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see. GP is going to go to Indonesia. It's going to Thailand. It's going to it's Finland. It's going everywhere. So, man, I mean, and I just hope GP doesn't. I mean, I like the sprint race in F1, and you got to roll with the changes. I mean, even WSBK did the sprint race, and I just hope GP kind of remains how it is in that aspect. I don't want doing stuff like a sprint race, a fans-only account. Like, oh my God, what's going on here? You know, GP is a great show without having to do that, but you never know. Maybe it works. Like I said, it's a different generation out there. As the young people say, I think, I think old, and I don't. I think I'm young, but let's be honest here. At about 10:30, I'm like, man, it's time to get a bump, some Red Bull, or go to sleep. One of the two. Anyway, don't worry about that. Anyway, I hope they don't, but if they do, who knows? Maybe it'd be good for the sport, but it's growing. But the GP didn't have that personality like that. Marquez is great. He's funny, but nobody had what Rossi had. So it's going to be interesting to see how GP goes forward. The racing is better than it's ever been. The guys are younger. They're hungrier. They've learned from Vale, and they learned from Mark. Bastianini learned from Mark as far as, when he almost crashed and he put his elbow down. They're learning from Mark in that aspect. So Mark's got a whole new generation coming from him. He's got Raul. He's got, I think, Pedro Costa. Well, it's interesting what Pedro Costa does in Moto 2. There are young guns coming from Mark. And even though I love Fabio's great. He's perfect for the young generation. He loves rap music. He's just really cool. It's fashionable. He's got the tats. Man, he's great. Good-looking kid. It's just nobody has that what Vale had, and that's what we're going to miss about Vale. Also, don't forget, props to Tom Luthi. Luthi was the valet of Moto 2. Daniel Petrucci, Oscar from LCR, he's retiring. And Steve Day, I don't care what anybody said, man, Steve Day and Matt Burt, they bought the excitement that I have. They talk shit about it, I don't give a damn. They bought the excitement that you want from announcing. That's what I want. I want the excitement, man, and I love that about those guys. So, Steve Day, I love you, buddy. Get his book, What the Leopard Says. I got the book for my kid. He loves it. So, anyway, props to Vale. Did I cry? A little bit, but I didn't cry. I didn't boo-hoo because Vale didn't boo-hoo. I don't know if you'll see this, but Vale, thanks for everything. God damn it. Now I feel it now saying this, but thanks, Vale, for everything. He was the man. Everything must go. The world keeps turning. God damn it. Now I feel like I'm crying. Props to Vale, man. Thanks for everything. GP, it's the greatest show on earth. Tell me if you cried. Tell me if you cried or not. Thanks a lot, guys. Great season. Great season. Get well, Mark. I doubt if you watch it, but get well, Mark. Thanks, guys, for a great season. Thank you, Vale. Guys, have a good one. Peace.